So I guess I started at Curb Records in 2002 and really felt kind of isolated as the music business was really isolated as I would go to, part of it I went to the leadership school with Joe Scarlett, who was a big Tractor Supply. And so he started incorporating me into some of these events, like Nashvilleian of the Year, and I thought, God, it's so odd that I feel like I'm the only music business person in this community. And Mike Curb kind of thrust me into it, which is great. And to watch the evolution over the past 10, 12 years it's been amazing for me. That's part of why I'm here for the Chamber of Commerce. It's how can I represent the music community, incorporate with the rest of the business community, because we're a huge sector in town, and
it's a billion-dollar industry.
And I think it's part of, some of us, we have guys who show up to work in overalls and write songs that change the world. And I think part of it's they felt isolated. They don't feel comfortable sitting in rooms with people in suits. And I was actually at the Bluebird during Tin Pan South, and one of the songwriters said at the end, he said, "Are y'all ready to hear a suit play a song?" And I said, "Yeah, I can't wait." I started thinking, wait a second, I'm the suit. And I had to get up and play.
And you had to play.
But it's really to watch the immersion between the two, the business community and the music business community over the past several years has been really encouraging for me as a songwriter and a business person.
Well, even it goes to where the banks now treat it like a business and are willing to loan money to songwriters.
Yes.
Startups where 15, 20 years ago and beyond, no, I'm not giving you any money.
Right.
And so getting started was hard. Now they're fighting over the sector.
Who's going to do
That's
that?
A nice transition.
It's been great.
I would say from the business perspective, healthcare has traditionally been, kind of where we've hung our hat on the, where the jobs are, where the job creation has been. And I think it was a misconception on both. It was, how do we marry the two? How do we, it all goes back to how we've diversified our economy. That's another reason we've been so successful is that we're not all just music and we're not all just healthcare. We're so much that goes on, but it all comes back together. And we've really, we, from the chamber perspective and from the job recruitment and working with companies that are already here and helping them expand, music is a part of everything that we do. It's put us on the map, so companies look here because of our reputation and all the, they may have come here with their family to CMA Fest. They may have come here for a concert, or they may live, they may have a child who's a student at Vanderbilt or Belmont or Lipscomb and know, all the things and say, we should really look at Nashville. And when they get here, we always say, if we can just get them here, they're here. They will not leave. We can make the case. We can bring the songwriter in. We can completely outperform our competitors in terms of the red carpet treatment, and and it's so authentic, from the songwriters to the CEOs, and everybody has the same message as it's a great place to be, it's a great place to live, and all of it goes back to the music. It goes back to that creative.
Which is such a brilliant thing, because music is the universal language, and to have that as our brand, to tie everything together, it's just brilliant. It's perfect.
Made me think the creative piece is what is so important. And I give full credit to the songwriters, because that's that base that has just been here and thrived. And I think it's what's led to other creative types gravitating here.
Yes.
And it's technology, food, fashion, but it all goes back. It started with music and the creativity there that we became. There's actually Brett James. It's in this film that's behind us, but he said we're the last creative colony in the world. I think it's a great message.
Yeah.
It's true, but it also makes it more important to protect, because the world's just gotten away from it.
Yeah. Well, there's so much. When I leave here, I'll go into my office and there'll be probably 20 songwriters writing songs, all getting up in the morning with a dream that, hey, I get to go literally try to change somebody's life by writing a song.
Right.
And I've seen it happen. Just the power of music, and for us to have that as a city is just incredible.
And the fact that we can use that to bring more money into the city, to bring more jobs, to bring more, of all the jobs that we've brought to this city and to this region, there's always some sort of songwriter dream inside all of them. There's always, well, I'm taking this job to move with this city, but on the side I write songs. It's amazing how that happens.
We were answering some questions, essentially pitching some investors to finance a new hotel this week. And the lead decision maker, his son's at Belmont, and his son's a singer. So my parting shot when we were leaving lunch was, you finance this deal, I'll make sure your son has a chance to perform.
That's no pressure.
Send him
No
right
pressure.
I'll send him
That's
to
it. You never know.
And, he turned his head. He knew. I was messing with him, but I was serious
were,
too.
yeah.
I think there have been a couple of extra roles promised in the show Nashville as well. So, we do what you got to do.
It's, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll put him out there. It's up to him to succeed or fail.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
There's somewhere, might be at Tootsie's, might be at Roberts, or might be at July 4th.
Yeah.
But he's going to be a part of this.
He helps us
community.
build that
Yeah.
$100 million hotel.
Yeah.
We'll make sure his
That's
son.
right. And it's great to see all the talent that's coming out of the schools too. I mean, you look at Brad Paisley and all those people who have graduated from here. It's helping us as a music industry get better.
Right.
Well, I talk about that, and I'm a fan of striking matches.
Oh, yeah.
New duo, finally had the record deal. But the things I learned recently about them, and we've been trying to help them for the last couple of years, was Sarah Zimmerman and Justin Davis. They were both accepted to Juilliard as guitar players. They both decided to go to Belmont. They didn't know each other. They were thrown
That's amazing.
in a senior guitar class and literally, okay, you two get up and play. And they describe it as it's a rite of passage in hazing, where you got to get up in front of the seniors and play. Nobody wanted the girl. She pulled out a slide, and he goes, do you know any blues? She goes, yeah, I kind of like the blues. Pulls her slide out, and they killed it. And they've been playing together ever since. Now they have a record deal. They have 6 songs on the TV show. They're about to have their first single out.
We rent a tour bus every summer to put our writers in the rooms with the artists. And we kicked it off this year with 2 of our songwriters going out striking matches.
To me, communicating that story seems like the next step. So it's people love a story. People love hearing, those type things and the stories that you have behind the music behind the songs and the stories behind the songs is again that going back to the creative. I think our next challenge is keeping it going, like you said, lighting that match, keeping it going. Where can this take us in the technology industry, which is a natural fit with music industry?
I think as you say that, and we talk about what's the future, and I think the future is just as much about protecting the past. And as you were just saying that, the motivation to do this documentary for the love of music was all the hype, all the look at us now, Nowville, the It City. We're sitting there going, it's nice. You love to read about yourself, but all that means is
You're at the
people
top.
are going to forget
Yeah.
how hard we worked to get here, and that we're just a fact.
Right.
And so we stepped back and told a 130-year story, and we ended up getting it aired on ABC. It's airing in Australia. CMT and Palladia have picked it up for this summer, and Bonnaroo has agreed to show it in their movie theater. And it's 48 minutes.
That's a great show.
Multi-genre, musicians, songwriters, artists, just speaking from the heart. Nobody was scripted, nobody was paid, but you always have to look backwards if you want to move forward. It's lessons learned, it's your heritage. And
That's a great point.
It's been a great project,
Yeah.
but it's also telling people out there who are looking at that, what is it? Well, it's
They're starting to
things that
notice.
these guys are saying
Yeah.
that makes it
Makes
real,
it what it is.
authentic.
And it's so cliche, but it all begins with a song. It
Mhm.
really all begins with
Yeah.
a song. And there's so many parts of the music business that without that, there's no touring, there's no buses, there's no studios, there's no engineers, and it goes on and on.
Right.
And it really does. And to have I think me selfishly, I think part is we got to protect the songwriter in a world with where the digital landscape is changing, and if we can't protect that, then I think we are in danger. But the fact that we're all sitting in a room right here says we're obviously looking towards the future, which is very comforting.
Yes.
Important stuff. And important to this city in particular.
Right.
In addition to an industry.
Going back to the brand promise, because we were not a part of was the brand promise developed at the very beginning? Or is it evolved as it's
No,
this is the part of the process.
We needed to put a stake in the ground. So, it wasn't like 5 minutes.
Right.
More like 5 weeks. And a lot of wordsmithing. But it needed to speak to the whole of the city. It needed to speak a little bit beyond music. But music and creativity were at the heart of it.
It seems, when you mentioned when you land at the airport, from the moment you step off the plane, you're a music city. And you hear the music, and, I see friends post on social media when they land, I know I'm in Nashville because I can hear the sound. You're not in just any airport, and so it starts from there to, maybe they hop in an Uber or a taxi or anything, and they come right downtown, and you just, you're here.
Uber's looking at doing a promotion where they put either a songwriter or a musician in the cars. You can order a specific, music vehicle over a period of time. So we're trying to help figure out, can we do it, how to do it.
Yeah. Again, connecting that.
Yeah, they get, okay, we can do something to stand out, and we want to help them. But
companies do that all over the place. Yeah.
Making it, the brand, you have to have a brand experience.
Right.
And you have to know when you left, you were doing something unique, something special.
Right.
And
obviously, we're biased, but I feel like you go other places and there's just not that brand. Talking with my wife last night, it's like you look at all these other cities around us, and I couldn't tell you one of their brands.
We knew we were doing something right. It was really a couple of years ago when, Seattle started making noise about working
to a music council.
Embrace music, and we're doing. And then Chicago was using a little music tagline, and as a good friend of mine does what I do in Austin, I pick on him all the time, and I sent him a T-shirt that said, "Nashville, my city can kick your city's ass." And then we did some coasters that said, "There's only one city in America without any real city limits." And he's just like frustrated, and so they need to keep Nashville or Austin weird.
Yeah,
but all those cities can try, so it's a compliment. I go, great, bring it. Because I welcome the comparison.
Right.
Because
it
validates us without us having to say it. So it's been fun to watch wait a minute, that's working for them. Maybe we need to hop on that bandwagon.
Right.
The nice thing we did as a destination was we didn't hop on anybody else's bandwagon.
Right.
Which is usually the way it goes. So we just got to do more of it.
We got to do more of it.
Keep it going.
Keep it organic and intentional all at the same time, I think would be. And continuing to promote the brand. We look forward to where it goes from here.